I don't even know where to look. I'm looking there. Okay. So, about my ayahuasca trip. It was interesting, to say the least. I don't know where to start because I tried to write about it and I couldn't. I couldn't express all the things that are in my head. I so we started the ceremony. I drank the tea, the brew, and I started tripping soon. I started seeing mandalas, but those were dark. And I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I wanted to see beautiful things. I wanted to see Mother Ayahuasca loving me, cradling me, being nice to me. And I didn't. So I opened my eyes. I'm like, okay, I need a second round. I need something else now. I don't want to do dark things, even though those are probably in me, coming from me. I don't want to see them. So as I opened my eyes, I saw matrix grids. Everything was like, lines like this and lines like that, grids, something like that. Like it felt like I was in a computer. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's all just an animated computer program that we are living in, and it's just a fancy computer, I guess. Somebody programmed us. So, but I made my peace with it. I was fine with it. I was like, okay, cool, it's cool. And I closed my eyes back. And then there was some music came on, and my brain would not shut up. It was just constantly narrating everything. I was just constantly hearing my brain talking in me. And I was just chatting constantly, like, oh, I wonder what the other people are doing. I wonder what kind of trip they're on. And then I started arguing with my own brain. I was like, could you just shut up for a second? Just for a second. I need some peace. I want to fly. I want to go to other dimensions. I don't want to be held down in here, stuck with you. Let me fly. And then I was like, who the fuck is arguing with my own brain? Who is the one who's arguing with me? Am I me? Is like me arguing with me? Am I going crazy? Like, who's the one who's arguing with brain? And then I was like, who's the one who's asking? Who's the one who's arguing with brain? And it was like, three. And I was like aware of my own. I was lost. I was just spinning out of control, looking for the answer to who am I. And then the music came on, and then I started crying for no reason, absolutely no reason. It just like a volcano erupted in me, and I was just crying, and I cry, and it felt so good to cry. It felt so good to cry. And then I realized I have so much crying to do. I need to cry. I need to cry at least for a whole day. I just want to cry everything out. And I realized I've been holding everything down. I've been masking everything with humor and jokes and all that thing because I didn't want to deal with the crying. I didn't want to deal with emotions. I didn't want to deal with feelings. Those are messy. I don't know what to do with them. And I don't like crying in front of people at all. I don't even like crying in front of myself. It just looks stupid. And then I was just crying in front of people, and then my monkey brain in the back like, oh, you're crying in front of people, you are disturbing people, you should just shut up, or I wonder if those people are worried about me. I don't want them to be worried about me. I'm doing fine. I'm totally fine. Everything is fine inside of me. It just feels good to cry. Let me cry. I don't want them to worry about me. And then I realized, oh, and then my brain was on again, the other brain, and like, that's what you always do. You always worried about what other people will think, or what other people, how it will affect other people, your feelings. And I said, yeah, that's what I do. I don't show my feelings because I'm worried that they will be worried about me. I will disturb them. I will cause ripples on their ocean, their muddy puddle, or I'll rock their boats, And I don't want that. I don't want to disturb people with my feelings. Oh, I was like, fuck it, I just want to cry. Let me cry. So I cried, and I cried and cried and cried, and they brought me, they brought me tissue or napkin. So okay, I'll just use it. And then I cried some more, and then before we took the second, before, and I felt like I needed a touch. I needed to be touched. I wanted to be touched. I wanted to be hugged. I wanted to be grounded. I wanted somebody to cuddle me. I wanted somebody to hold my hands. I wanted somebody to be there for me. And again, I realized that I've been shutting that part down in my life too. I was not in touch with my feelings and not in touch with my body at all. I didn't like when people touch me. And now I craved it. I was craving it. And we so after a while we calmed down, and before the second round of Aya, we started talking, and then they said they appreciate that I cried because it was so beautiful, and then they helped them get in touch with their own feelings too and be free to express feelings. So I said, okay, well, at least something good came out of it, I guess, because I still have a lot of crying to do. I'm not done. And then we took the second round. But as we were talking, I said, shit, I don't know who the fuck cursed me with this brain of mine. I want to blow it out. I just want to pull the plug on it. I just want some silence. I want to fly away from it. I don't want to be stuck with it. Why am I stuck with my brain? And then we drank the second round, and I went to the bathroom, and I thought, I didn't have to throw up or anything. I had to pee. And I looked into the mirror, and I looked into it. And I said, you're beautiful. I saw myself so beautiful for some reason. I don't know why, just everything seemed so beautiful. And I was just admiring myself for a while. Then, okay, I think I'm beautiful. I'm not in reality, but I thought I was at that point. And I went back. I was like, I'm too sober. I need another round. I need something. And I sat down with the shaman and I said, something is blocked in me. Something is seriously blocked because I cannot be hypnotized. I cannot get away from my brain in the trip, the ayahuasca, and I'm still stuck on ground zero. I want to get away from this, and I'm still stuck. What am I doing wrong? So he gave me another dose, and he came over to me to do some body work on me. So he put his hand on my head, and he put his hand on my heart, and it helped. But I felt like, oh, just cuddle me. I want some touch. I want to know that somebody, I don't know, I just wanted to be touched. Not inappropriately, but I wanted to be touched. And I don't know what happened, but the coin flipped. And instead of crying, I was laughing. And I noticed that laughing has the same vibration as crying. And it both helped releasing all the build-up tension in me and the toxins in me. So it helped a lot. It helped. I started crying and laughing, and then crying and laughing. And then I remembered that I always laugh at inappropriate places. I used to laugh in churches in silence, or I laughed when my classmate had a seizure, dropped on the floor, and I just laughed. I just thought it was hilarious because I was so scared. And I laugh at funerals. I don't know why, because I know that I'm not supposed to laugh, and that's how I kind of get rid of the nervous energy, I guess. And so I laughed, and I couldn't stop laughing. I said, and then the brain in the back is like, "You are an idiot. You should be in a mental hospital. That's what people do in mental hospital. You're missing a straight jacket and a padded room because you were crying at one point and laughing. They must think you're crazy." And I was like, no, but I really am not crazy. It feels good. I have so much crying and laughing to do. I've been not doing these things for a long time. I need it. I need to get rid of all these things. So I cried and laughed. And I laughed mostly because everything seemed so funny. At that point, everything was so funny. I felt like I was tickled from the inside. And then everything was so funny. So I went into the guest bedroom because I didn't want to disturb other people with my laughing. And then The shaman said, just let it all out. Just laugh and see what happens because it's funny. Everything is funny. So I laughed and just giggled mostly. I was giggling and then I was laughing and then I went to the bathroom because I kind of felt nauseous. I tried to throw up and I couldn't and I started laughing. I was like, I failed even at the easiest task. I'm like, I can't even throw up. How ridiculous it is. And I looked in the mirror and in the mirror I saw myself uh, as a 90-year-old woman. I had gray hair, bags under my eyes, wrinkles all over, and I wasn't scared of it. I was mesmerized by it. I was like, wow, I see myself as a 90-year-old. I think it's so awesome. And I was like, well, hello, nice to meet you. I think it's funny. And then as I was looking into my eyes, I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. And I started crying. I started tearing up. And it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just go back. So as I went back to the bedroom, I started laughing again because it was like, this is so funny. Life is so funny. And then I remembered how, like, some interactions between my husband or my mom or other people, how when they expressed themselves in a way that I didn't like, just everything just got translated into an energy level, sort of. I was like, I just saw their frustration or whatever they were doing as an energy wave coming to me, and how upset and worked up I got in the past about these things and how resistant I was and just took it so personally. And then I started laughing because it's like, it's so ridiculous how we take everything so personally, so seriously. Why are we taking everything so seriously? And then so I was just laughing. I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I have to laugh at everything because everything is funny. So I realized as I was crying, I realized that at the first part of the whole thing, I realized that I've been blocking this thing from me. I was not letting myself cry. And then I was doing the same thing with my daughter. I was blocking her to not express herself, not express her feelings and emotions because I didn't know what to do with it. Like, she's gonna go off on me and she's gonna show emotions. How am I gonna handle all this shit? So I didn't let her cry, and then I see the signs of her being blocked, and then it's not good. So I decided that I need to give myself permission to cry, be in touch with my feelings, and give her permission to cry because she is me, my younger version, and I need to be the parent to her that I wanted when I was little. That's how I will heal if I parent her the way I needed to be parented. So, yeah, I realized that I need to let her cry. I need to validate her feelings. I need to validate my own feelings. I need to be comfortable with my own feelings, and I need to be in touch with my own feelings because those are beautiful. Feelings are beautiful. Crying is beautiful. Laughing is beautiful. And they're all necessary. They all needed. It's just the two sides of the same exact coin. It's the same vibration. It's the same relief that you get from it. It's like crying to laughter is like the up to the down, the in to the out, the dark to the light, the yin to the yang. It's the same thing, just the two sides. And they are both needed. They're both beautiful. They're both necessary. And if you block one down, if you block one off, the other thing gets blocked off. And that's what I noticed. I flatlined in life. I was just going in the middle, just not going to any of the extremes. No laughter, no cries. I wanted to laugh, but it wasn't the heartfelt laughter, It was just it's funny, but not the real laughter. and because I didn't have the real cries either. So I laughed because everything was funny, and then I went to shut my brain off because I was so tired. I was so exhausted from fighting with my monkey in my head. My body was exhausted. I wanted to sleep. I couldn't. This shit was going with 1,000 miles per hour, and I couldn't shut it up. I couldn't. And I was like, well, I guess I have to make my peace with it. I have to make friends with my monkey in my head because what else? It's here to stay. And I just realized that it's a funny brain. It's a really funny brain. It's annoying as hell, but it's so freaking funny. It provides me a lot of entertainment. I'm entertained by my brain. It's like a shit show up here, but it's a funny shit show constantly. Sometimes some funny shit slips out and then people laugh, but most of the time it's just me and having conversations with my brain and narrating everything that's going around me and then making fun of everything and then just making like sarcastic small little comments that just kind of keep it to myself because it's just too much work to put it out and maybe they wouldn't understand it anyways. So yeah, and then I was nauseous again and I was like, okay, I need to go and throw up, but the bathroom seemed so far and I was so tired and all I wanted to do is just sleep. And I was laughing like 2 feet away and like it's not impossible, you can do it if you want to. So I got up and I went to the bathroom and I didn't turn the lights on this time and then just started purging a lot of black things. It seemed like a lot of black thing, but I don't think it was a lot or black, but a lot of things came out. And then when I came back I felt so light and white. I felt just white. It felt so good. And then the shaman came in and he brought me crackers. So I took a bite of the cracker and then kind of like it dried my mouth out because it was the driest cracker ever. I put it into my mouth and my whole head was just so dry and my brain was in the back like, this is such a pathetic death. How can you die like this? Just dried up by the cracker. It's like a piece of cement in your mouth. That's how you go out. That's how you die. People, the medics are going to show up and they're going to find a piece of cement in your mouth, and because of that piece of cement, cracker dried her up. That's it. Pathetic as hell. Like, it's not a noble death. You have to work harder on your death. And I started laughing because, like, what the fuck? Who says that? Who even thinks these thoughts? Like, who are these things? Like, who gave me this? I was so tired of my brain. It's like a crazy little child. It would not shut up. So I went out, joined the rest of the group. It was kind of like the end of the ceremony. But meanwhile, the whole trip, I was just worried about my worldly small things. Like, how am I gonna get home? I need my keys, but it's a valet parking. They have my keys. I can't Uber it. I have to drive home. How will I drive home? Will I make it home for Christmas? How? All these things. It's like, even when I'm tripping, I'm thinking about earthy things that don't really matter. And then, yeah, I came out, and then we started coming down from the trip, from tripping, started talking, and everybody else, they all said what they were experiencing. And that's what I was experiencing. I told them. It was like I was wrestling with my brain for 5 hours and I lost the battle. I couldn't fly. I couldn't get away. I didn't even meet Mother Ayahuasca. I was actually arguing with Mother Ayahuasca in my trip. I'm like, come, show up. I'm here. Show me stuff. Hold me. It was like, you're not here. I guess I'm an orphan. That explains everything. That explains why I'm so closed off. That explains why I'm alone. I was so tired. I'm still tired when I talk about it. But it was a good trip. It was so good to realize that feelings are good. Emotions are good. And then ever since then I was laughing a lot and crying a lot because life is funny. A lot of things are funny. But life is also very beautiful on a level that makes you cry. A song can make me cry now. Um, a beautiful view, a beautiful color can make me cry. People being angry can make me laugh because it's so funny. You take themselves so seriously, and it's just energy, swirling, dancing. It's funny and it's beautiful. So I guess that's the biggest lesson I learned. I'm looking forward to doing it more. I'm looking forward to experiencing more because I do think that I still have a lot of lessons to learn. And I think next time I'm gonna go into it without any expectations. I don't think I'm gonna wait for Mother to show up, take me to different universes. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes up has to come up. Wherever I am is the level where they will teach me. So for now, this was good.